Okay, so today we're going to talk about the belt sander. Okay. We don't use the belt sander a lot in the wood shop, mostly because we have, a panel sander that'll sand lots of wood. We have finish sanders, we have planers, we have lots of things that can accomplish the same thing. Okay. The belt sander is a heavy duty sander. It's meant for, rapid wood removal. But today, to demonstrate this, what I'm doing is I'm refinishing one of these old bench tops to try to make it look a little better. And so we're just going to go through how to set this up, the safety, how to run this thing. Okay. So for one thing, so this is a 4x24 belt sander. And what that means is, the belt that it takes is 4 inches wide and it's a 24-inch loop. Okay. And that's how all belt sanders are rated. Okay. I've got it unplugged so I can install the belt. If you see right here, you can see right there on the inside of the belt, there's arrows. That indicates that the direction of travel for the belt. You don't want to put it on backwards. Okay. I'm going to rotate around here a little bit. Okay. And you see that is where the belts are spliced together. And that's put together with a glue that, a very strong glue joint. Okay. There's a glue band there. If I continue on around, right here, okay, and where it says 80, that is an 80 grit belt, okay? So we want to make sure we get our arrows on right, and it's going to travel like this, okay? So we've got, yes, that is true, that's how it goes, okay. So I've got this lever right here, okay? This needs to be flipped out like so, and then we can slip the belt on. You always want to be unplugged when you do this, okay? Now, there we go. Now, what we're going to do, we need to tune it so that the belt is riding correctly on the belt sander. Okay, we're going to do that with this knob right here. Okay, and by adjusting it in or out will affect where the belt travels. You don't want the belt getting into the metal casing here, and you don't want it, hanging off out here. We just want it centered on these wheels. I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, so we'll plug it in here. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the trigger. That's where I want it right there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna leave this dust collection off for now. Just keep it out of the way. Okay, so basically, if you look at this, so the grain is running this way. And for rapid wood removal, I'm going to sand with a coarser grit, a lower number, like an 80 grit. Okay, I've used all the way down to 36 grit. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand across the grain. I want to sand across the grain for good wood removal, for rapid wood removal. Okay, it's going to go back and forth. I always keep 2 hands on it. What I like to do, this is a pretty safe situation here, where I've got the cord hanging down here off the table where I can't get into it. The biggest problem, the biggest safety hazard present for kids, for students, is a tendency to run over the belt. Okay. And, sometimes it's necessary sometimes it would be beneficial, and I'll wrap some cord up there on the handle and kind of keep it right there. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I still have control of the sander. I've got all of the cord up here out of the way where the sander cannot run over the cord. You don't want to run over the cord. That's not a good situation. This itty grit paper will take the insulation right off the wires. Okay, so I want to keep it moving. I'm not going to dig in. I don't want to rock it back and forth front to back. I just want to keep it moving. Okay. And the thing that's going to limit me on the belt sander is, you know, this creates a lot of friction, creates a lot of heat. Okay. And students, you need to stop before it gets too hot, or that glue is going to melt and the belt's going to break, and we need a new belt. So it's important that once it gets pretty warm, that you let it cool down for a sufficient amount of time, and then you can go again. Okay, once everything is cooled down, and it takes a while for it to cool down. So I'm just going back and forth. These tops, so this bench top is hard maple, very hard, very durable. Makes a great work top. It also means it's going to take some work to sand it down. It's very hard wood. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it moving here. Normally, I have my dust collection hooked up here, be sucking all this dust away. I just got that unhooked right now for demonstration purposes. Okay, so you can see. Keep it moving. I'm not pressing real hard. I'm really just holding on to the sander, keeping it flat, keeping it moving. Let the sander do the work. Okay. It's going to take down high spots. Okay. So you can see, without my dust collection, making a dirty mess here. Get you a close up there of the actual surface. You know, you'll want to go back over later and replace these rough cross grain scratches with some finer scratches, you know, with the grain when we go to finish this for our finish sanding. But this is what we want to do for rapid wood removal. We want to be going against the grain with a coarse grit. Okay? Nothing to it. Like I said, you know, this thing will check this here. We definitely have, you know, 10 minutes. At 10 minutes, you know, I would say is a good number. You really want to be checking to see how hot this is and see if we need to let it cool. Okay. It's going to get rather warm. All right. And anytime you need to get in here, change anything, just unplug it, disconnect power to be safe. Okay. That's it.